Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I stand here on Hinterland. This is a new mod map out by OmaTana. 94.46 megabytes download. I'm just going to move away a little bit from the water while I'm just talking. I've put on the thumbnail fascinating, and it is fascinating. OmaTana's mods are normally absolutely cracking. Very functional, made for playability in mind, and she's very good at giving you options for things to do as well. This map is no exception. It's kind of a Western Wilds, no man's land. The map's open, and there's not much you start with, and that's been done on purpose to give you plenty of scope to build on from here. But what she's also done is put in stuff that will give you the option to go in any direction. You can either make it really easy for yourself and just play, just have fun, or you can make it as hard for yourself as you want to on a complete start from scratch mode, depending on which way you want to go with it. It will make more sense in a minute. She's added all sorts of stuff in. I'm going to have to take my time so I make sure I don't miss anything. The map looks like this. On New Farmer, we start with plot 31 and plot 32. I was going to say field prices are, but plot prices are identical. That's what I'm saying. It's a bit no man's land, Western Wilds, that kind of thing. 79,876, 79,876, 79,876. Prices of them are all exactly the same. And the actual sell points and things are clustered here by the port, and the farm you start with is just here. Now, that being said, that's on New Farmer. On Farm Manager, that's slightly different, which we'll talk about momentarily. I'm going to come over here first of all, before we go around. I don't always have the question marks on, but it does say in the description as well to have the question mark on, because this will give us a bit more information. This has been put in by OmaTana. So we click on the help menu. We've got Hinterland map help text. So if you get a little bit stuck, put that on and come and have a look. This will explain some extra stuff in here. There's all sorts of stuff thrown in. I'm going to talk through as we go, but money from a patron, there's patronage. So you can get almost like government subsidies. There's the hard way. There's some weights. We'll have a look at those in a minute. That takes your money away. You've got a field creator. I think Jim did that a while back, didn't he? So you can create fields from the build menu if you want to. There's also a couple of mods been added in, one being the weights, and there's a subsoiler that's been put in that will plough to create fields as well. The water table is just below the surface, so if you want to create rivers, lakes, anything like that, you absolutely can. Just use the landscaping tool, drop it down a little bit, and you'll get water just underneath. You've got spring wheat and spring barley, so you can plant those in the spring and later on in the autumn if you want to. There's a rapid plant growth on here as well. So if you turn off seasonal growth, if you've got seasonal growth on, it runs just like seasons normally does. But if you turn seasonal growth off, it speeds it up so that the harvests will reseed every 2 days. You can harvest within 2 days. A little bit like it was on FS19 and prior to that. So you can plant stuff within 2 days, it's grown, you harvest, and you can go again. If you want to go down that route, but again, you don't have to. You can keep seasons on. There are collectibles. There are 36 treasures to be found on the map. Each one's worth 30 grand. They're little gold animals around the map. And then there's a bakery as well that she's added in. So there's a few extra bits that have been thrown in, again, for you to go either way with it. You can go ultra realistic or just come on, throw a load of stuff in, play, and have fun. I like that as an option. Crop types, if we go back to our map and go to there, if we look to our right, there's nothing showing under extra crop types. However, if I go into here, there we go, on the correct menu, that would help, to seeders, you'll see along the crop menu there, you've got your wheat, your barley, oat, canola, soybean, sorghum, oilseed radish, grass. Then there's a grass with a couple of little dots above it. That's meadow grass, so that has flowers in it. So you can plant grass or you can plant meadow grass if you want to. You can cut it in exactly the same way, do whatever you want to, but you can plant it if you wish. That's been thrown in. If we come out of there and we go, I'll show you the the weights. Actually, we'll do the subsoiler first. Where was the subsoiler? Oh, it's under ploughs because it's working as a plough, isn't it? Let's find it somewhere. There we go. Subsoiler plough's been added in. So that will work, I mean, like a plough, but subsoils. Ploughs gives you a cultivated look. That's been put in for you. And if we go down to the weights, which are here, there are weights put in for all the different levels. So if you come onto here, so this is a pour making weight. It will make you pour. So if you come onto here on New Farmer, you've got 100,000. You can use that, take you down to 0. So you basically just buy the weight, and that's what it will cost you. That one is if you come onto here and you've paid, if you've paid off the loan. That one is if you come onto here on Farm Manager, and that one is start from scratch. Or no, the other way around. Farm Manager, start from scratch. Anyway, regardless, you can buy those weights and it will wipe you down to absolutely 0. So you can do a proper start from scratch in any of the 3 game modes you want to. That's entirely up to you. I like that. It's a brilliant idea. I'm just looking at my list. Right, next then, let's go into build mode and have a look under build mode. So under sheds, there's some OmaTana sheds in here. If we go to silos, we've got the OmaTana silo wood brown 10 million litre multi-fruit silo, 30 grand to buy if you want it. I don't think there's anything under silo extensions or containers. Tools, we've got a workshop on the end there been thrown in. Farmhouses, there's a tiny house. Under production, we'll get to the bakery in just a moment, but there's an extra bakery been put in. That's been put in, and you can do all the bakery products. You can do flour, so it's like a grain mill bakery, and it does oils as well, so you can have that if you want. But again, you don't have to. You can get rid of it if you want to. Selling points, we've got the port sale point, a farmer's market, and a restaurant. You can add in, but there's some on the map already. Nothing on the greenhouses, orchards. But under generators, you've got a house there, a holiday home, which will generate you income. You can put down, and then you've got the patronage signs. So if you decide you've got a rich uncle that's going to sponsor you, or a company or a business or whatever you want to do, like I say, it's a little bit like the government subsidy signs. You know, that one there will give you 8,400 a month. That one will do 84,000 a month, and that one will do 840,000 a month. So you can just place those down, and it will generate income for you if you want to. So you can go the other way. Again, you don't have to. It's entirely up to you. Under animals, we've got under cows, a simple cow barn. That's 25 cows for 15 grand. There's nothing else under any other animals. Under decoration, under others, we've got a few bits here. So we've got tiny house decoration, an empty hut. These were some of the mods that OmaTana put out recently. We've got benches and wells and wood piles, and there's a whole load of stuff you can put in on there. And then under landscaping, we've got some paint textures, some additional ones there, a plate and some rock and riverbank, stuff like that. Under trees, there's a whole lot put in over this side, a whole load of trees. And under plants is where you'll find that one. That's the field create. So if you own the plot of land, you can create a field using that. But it does say, whilst it says 0 there, it does say it's expensive. I'm trying to... Where did I read it? It might have been on that information screen. But just be careful. Although it does say 0, it will charge you. So you can either plough the fields out yourself, or you can create them in the build mode, but it will charge you. Although it says 0. Just be aware of that. So there's a whole load in there as well. Under landscaping too. So that covers most of that, I think. Port sell point is just here. You can sell wood here as well. I love the fact that you've got the pipeline that goes out, and the boat that goes off. It goes off and around, comes back, does a circuit, comes back past the jetty. So that's what comes and collects whether you're selling here at the port. We've already looked at the question mark sign. We've got the gas station point just here. Oh, that was under... I say that. That was under tools, wasn't it? Where was the gas station? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I made a mistake. Under container. Buying station and the gas station. I'm sure that I saw the gas station there. So the gas station, you can place more of those if you want to. Over here, we've got our workshop trigger and our vehicle store. What I like about these as well, so that's the workshop trigger, vehicle store. Come over here, it says, say hi. All this extra stuff just modded and put in. It's just a nice Nice detail. I like it. So the bakery is just over here. This is the modded one that she's put in. So I said wheat flour, barley flour, oats, sorghum and corn flour, bread, cake, and then the oils as well. So a mixture of everything, if you want to use that. Putting in, and your spawn point around the back there. Restaurant, sell point is around the back there. We can go into the restaurant as well if you want to. I think we can say hi to the lady in here as well, if I recall.
Hi.
There you go. It's all the details, like food on the plates and stuff like that. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Farm dog loves it. So, coming out of here, we've got the animal dealer. Again, we've got animals in here, which is quite nice. It's nice having a little bit of extra immersion into it. So, animal dealer, just there. And again, I think we can say hi.
Hi.
Something a bit extra added in. Actually, have we got, I think we might have the animal dealer sell point as well. I need to double check that. Let's go down to, it's normally bale type things. No. No, that's obviously just the trigger area for animals, I think. I thought it might be a sell point as well. Then we've got the farmer's market point just over here. And all these buildings are available. I think you can remove them all as well. If you buy the plot of land, these can all be removed. And it just gives you that scope to then make it whatever you want as well. It's that functionality and that ability to go in any direction you want, or a blend of the two, or, you know, wherever you want. The land's not completely flat. We've got rivers and stuff all over the place. There's forestry, there's some trees and stuff around that we can use and cut down if you want to, but again, you don't have to. I think that's just to do with the grass. There's a few of these triggers around all over the place. Yeah, it's just to do with the grass options and stuff like that. And then if we head in that direction, that's where the farm is. If we go back to there. So we've been around these bits here. Let's go back to crop types. Now, I haven't mentioned, there's no biogas plant on here. Contracts is interesting. When I came on here originally, I don't think it's showing contracts here. Contracts, currently no contracts available. I came onto her on hard mode to check and see what the slot count was on hard mode, and there were a couple of contracts available. So, I'm just trying to think, if we look back at here, that'll be why. Because on New Farmer, we own both those plots that have got the fields on. On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you don't own those two plots, so potentially those fields are available for contracts because you don't own them. That's why. I thought, that's weird. I wonder why that would be. That's the reason why. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take a wander over. I was going to get a vehicle, but I thought, you know what, we'll enjoy the scenery, have a wander over. It's not completely bare either, which is quite nice. Talked about the plant growth, talked about wheat and barley. Yeah, pretty sure. I didn't want to miss anything. I keep looking down the list of information on the mod hub. I think I've covered it. Anyway, when we get to the farm over here, we do start with a fair bit of machinery. We'll talk about the slot count on the way over anyway. On New Farmer, which I'm on, it's 744, which gives you plenty of scope to still do whatever you want to do. And with the download of 94.46 megabytes as well, it's one of those ones, it's not a break the bank map, is it? On Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, that slot count drops down from 744 to 553. You do still start with the bakery, you still own that as a production chain, but you don't start with any of the farm here. You don't start with any of the machinery, you don't start with any of the buildings or anything at all over here. I'm just going to stop it. This is looking from the other side. So if you come onto your Farm Manager or Start from Scratch, it will look like this. There you go. Plenty of scope to build whatever you want, where you want, which is great. So we do start with the wood silo, 10 million litre, all you can eat, multi-fruit. A couple of sheds and buildings around the area as well. We do start with the Deutzfahr topliner. We've got a voucher. We've got a Fendt Favrit. We've got a Bura. What's a Bula? A Bura. Pickup. We've got the Class Karat forage wagon, loading wagon. We do start with chickens. We've got 17 out of 30 we start with. Again, this is just on New Farmer. On the other modes, obviously, you don't get this. We do start with a farmhouse sleep trigger. This was one that came out You can do it from outside if you want. This came out as a mod, didn't it? As a pack. And that's why we got the one you can have as a holiday home, one you can have as just a decorative object. We come in here, got the toilet to the side. We do have the fold-down bed in here, which is rather cool. Was there a light switch? I can't remember now. There probably is somewhere. Might have missed it. But from the outside, it says, probably need to close that. From the outside, we can open all of the windows. At least I think we can. There we go. Oh, spoiler. Spoiler alert. There we go. So we can open all the windows on here as well if you want to. Very nice. Is there a wardrobe trigger on here? Oh yeah. Let's come a bit further around. Nice little jetty. Come and sit and just enjoy life. Chill out. Then we still have cows. This is the simple cow barn. We've got 6 out of 25 potential cows here. It does require water, this one. It's not a refilling one that does it for you. As we come around the corner here, we have got a buy station. And the rest of the machinery. Small baler, bale stacker, front loader gear, cultivator. We do have the subsoiler plough that we start with. We've got a seeder, front tank. Oh no, it's fertilizer spreader, sorry. Fertilizer spreader. Then we've got the grass equipment. We've got a mower, windrower, tedder, and a small Berkman trailer. And that, if we throw the drone up, that's the map. I mean, there's loads more of the map to go and look around, and obviously there's 36 collectibles to find. River runs right the way across here. Actually, you know what? I wonder if these things can be removed. Potentially. Because there were bridges and jetties and various different bits, so you can add more in as you go along. But it's just, yeah, it's just a very cool idea. I really like that. That ability to just, you know, go whichever direction you want with it. You know, it just gives you that scope. There are plenty of mods that do the similar sort of things, but it means installing extra mods. And I think that's one of the things it says in the description that OmaTana wanted to make sure to give you as much scope to do what you want to on the map without having to have loads of extra mods put in from the start. The ability to have, for all intents and purposes, government subsidy signs, or the ones to take stuff away. It's already there. It's already done for you if you want. But then obviously there's tons of other mods and all sorts of stuff you can throw in. I'm going to come back out of there. That's the map. That's Hinterland by OmaTana. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.